Welcome aboard.
Alright, Skyline 9872 Echo is clear to Truckee.
Skyline 72 Echo, read back correct.
Oh! Coming for you, Truckee.
Okay, 17 right at Alpha 8, line up and wait, 72 Echo.
Smile, Hannah.
17 right at Alpha 8, cleared for takeoff.
17 right at Alpha 8, clear for takeoff, 72 Echo.
Stops coming out. And left heading 120.
The mountains are calling.
Yes, they are. And we shall answer. Okay, we are en route to Truckee Tahoe currently right now. Up front with me is our very good friend Hannah. And my chosen co-pilot of the day because I was getting over David, so.
He kept farting.
I'm banished to the back seat.
Banished. But yeah, we're headed up there for the weekend, having a fun time with some friends, and we're going to Alibi Ale Works. And Hannah,
I used to work there.
yeah, so she'll be there to enjoy a solid flight with us, and we're actually going to get to meet with the owner of Alibi, so we're super stoked for that. But what is better than a beautiful sunset flight
Hawk 420 with
into the mountains?
departure radar
Not
contact.
much. Can't do anything with you.
I just think it's
2981.
a perfect way to start the weekend.
On the Skyline.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go have some beer.
Truckee traffic. Skyline 9872 Echo setting up for about a 5-mile final for runway 11. Truckee. Truckee traffic. Skyline 72 Echo, 3-mile final runway 11. Truckee.
Oh yeah, dude, all co-pilot over here. Woo, woo, woo.
I'm poor. Beer. Beer. Hey, Christina, where should we go drink some beer tonight?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Like, yeah, please choose whoever you want.
No, I agree.
It will be fine. I feel no.
I like walked outside this morning and I like took a big deep breath. I was like, oh, freaking miss it out here. It's so nice. 1, 2, 3.
Whoop. Not too bad of a view, but we had an awesome sunset flight yesterday into Tahoe over at Truckee. Picked up our friend Hannah at Sacramento, and she's nice enough to set up a nice interview today with the owner over at Alibi. And we're gonna head over there. I'm pretty stoked to get another one of these awesome, delicious flights of beer after our awesome flight yesterday night. So we'll head on over there.
I'm Kevin Drake, co-founder, CEO. We're North Lake Tahoe, Truckee's community-centric brewery. Our focus is on making beers that are easy drinking, kind of public house style beers. Beers you can have a few of responsibly. Beers that don't fill you up too much after a long day at the beach or mountain biking or skiing, and providing spaces that the community can use for different events. Think of an event, we've probably done it. From nonprofit fundraisers to game nights, to live music, to chamber mixers. We host it all. So for us, our real ethos is kind of good times for all, and being that place that's clean, great beer and food, friendly people, and just welcoming. Yeah, that's our vibe. All right, here's your perfect summer flight. Starting with Alibi Lager, followed by Alibi Pale Ale, followed by Alibi IPA, and our rotating summer sour, Mr. Tartacular's Fantasy Island. So first beer here is Alibi Lager. Is a fairly new release for us in terms of being a year-round beer. We're loving this beer. It's German Pilsner malt, Hallertau middle fruit hops, and lager yeast. It tastes like beer. It's basically a Helles-inspired beer, German Helles. Super crushable, nice, slight graham crackery malt flavor, and just easy drinking at 4.2% ABV. This next beer is Alibi Pale Ale. It's actually our best-selling beer. We make more of this beer than any other one style, which I would think is really cool. We love pale ale around here. It's 5% alcohol. This beer stars Citra and Cascade hops, built over a pretty moderate malt body, mostly Pilsner malt, touch of caramel, and very light in color, crushable. Our goal is to get a nice orange marmalade, kind of a dry orange marmalade character out of this beer. That's that perfect batch that just nails that. Next up is Alibi IPA. This is our flagship IPA. For the first few years we were open, we didn't have a house IPA. They always rotated. And that gave us time to experiment and really figure out what flavor we wanted in our house IPA, what mix of hops. And this hasn't changed really at all for years now. It's a West Coast IPA. You can see through it. It's on the low end of the alcohol spectrum for an IPA at 6.2, so again, you can have a few of these. The hops here, this one stars Strata, a relatively new hop that gives really cool passion fruit notes. We've got some Mosaic, some Eldorado, and some Chinook in here. So it's complex. It's definitely a modern IPA in the sense that it's got some of the tropical notes, but it's got some classic pine sap, and we get a unique kind of passion fruit note of this. That's kind of that subtle quality that we're going for. The last beer here in our flight is part of our rotating sour series, our Mr. Tartacular series of rotating sours. This is our summer sour, which is Fantasy Island, and this is a quick sour beer with guava, pineapple, and mango. So we're not kettle souring this beer, but we're using a yeast that produces lactic acid during fermentation. And so we're adding just under 1.5 pounds per gallon of fruit puree to the beer and then letting it re-ferment. So the beer is actually not too sweet, it's fairly dry, nice moderate acidity, about 5%, and just tastes like vacation day on the beach. At the end of the day, beer is that just social lubricant that builds community, and breweries and pubs have always been the third place in the community, especially in Europe, not quite as much in the United States, but I saw that opportunity here in Lake Tahoe to create a brewery that could be that community hub, and also a brewery that was making beer in Lake Tahoe with Tahoe water. Real deal. It's not easy to do up here, but that was the goal. And as much as I really did, I was passionate about my career in environmental restoration. I love the feeling of just putting a beer in someone's hand and watching their eyes light up and they just go, wow, that's delicious. And that pride and craftsmanship that you made this product, and it makes people happy. And beer's been bringing people together for thousands of years, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Man, I couldn't agree more. And Kevin had so many words of wisdom in his interview. If you find yourself in North Lake Tahoe, be sure to check out Alibi Ale Works. You sure won't be disappointed. And now back to beer bringing people together.
I was like literally Jack was off. Like ran with it.
I'd never been out on Lake Tahoe on a boat, but it sure did live up to the hype. So many thanks to our friend Patrick for being our tour guide for the evening. You perfected chasing the Tahoe sunset, and we enjoyed every minute of it. We departed the next day with majestic views every which way we looked, and I already yearned to be back in North Lake Tahoe. Kevin, thank you for all your hospitality. Christina and I owe you a flight, so I'm glad I have a good reason to be back. Until the next flight.